Hello everybody and welcome on today's video. Today we are going to talk and do some work on this Acer Palmatum Japanese maple. It's a raft form. You might remember him from previous videos. As you might remember, this tree had one major flaw, and that was that this trunk, which is the trunk the most in front of you, and this is the second one, are both a little smaller than this one, who's one of the side trunks. So these trunks have to grow so that they become a little thicker than this one. So that's why you see these gigantic shoots here and here, but it's still not okay, so they will have to grow another year more freely. Maybe I'll do some changes to select other branches to make the tree bigger, but that's something I have to see later now. So another thing is that the holidays are approaching, and it is time to go for some shopping and choose a few pots for trees. And before I go shopping, I like to have an idea about what I want to buy. So I'm going to present a few pots and different shapes, different colors, and take some pictures, and then I will choose what would be the best suitable pot for this tree. Because now it is in a pot that I like a lot. I like the shape of it. It's a brown oval, a non-glazed pot, but it could have some more color because it is a deciduous tree. The leaves are nice green in spring, a little darker green in summer, and nice red, like you can see on this one, during the fall. So probably this tree could take some more color. So that's the first thing I'm gonna do. Feel free to give your advice later in the comments, and let's start. So I put a black towel against the wall to make it easier to work when I do some virtuals on the computer. And the first pot I selected is a cream glazed rectangular pot. Which I placed in front of the tree. So it looks a bit bigger than it really is. My first idea is that it's quite heavy. So, well, I don't know. I like the color. This is the second one. It's a blue oval pot with the blue in different varieties of going from light blue to dark to the lip of the pot. I think it's quite nice. It has a good depth for the tree, because you always have to think of the health of the tree. I like the color. I kind of like the shape. So yeah, and I think it might be possible to put them in this pot. So that's the shape. Yes, this looks good. This is a cream but more white colored pot. It's oval. Like the shape. It looks a little shallow. I think the tree is not going to be very happy in this. It's well, smaller than this one. This is it. So this could be a good candidate if I find his big brother, you know. I like the color. This is a brown glazed pot. It It's quite massive. I don't think that this is going to fit. For a size it's perfect, but it's too heavy for this tree. Now this is the last one. It's a really old damaged training pot that I found somewhere, I don't know. It's green and well, the size is not bad. It's rectangular, but as you see with the corners off, I don't think it is suitable because it's too shallow and it's not really elegant with the big knobs here, but maybe the shape is not bad, and if I can find something of this size and more blue or white, it might be nice. So it was big fun playing with the pots and our little toys. Well, anyway, this tree needs repotting. If you see what it did this season, it's kinda obvious. But this tree needs wiring too, because all of the branches are facing downward. I don't know why this tree is doing this, but I don't like deciduous trees growing down. They should grow up. Lower branches can point down a little, but the tips should always face to light, and upper branches, they really have to face upwards. So let's get the camera a little closer. There are a few things that I would like to point out about this tree. If you remember previous videos, this branch was a really small one, so I let it grow for, well, quite a lot. It's this one, and you might see that it's going, well, quite far. It's still not the end, and the end is here and it has some leaves. So it has some wire on it now, because I need to put it in the right position. The only way to thicken a branch is letting it grow, and it will probably I will have to cut it back here, which is okay because I have tons of little buds here, and then start the ramification, and I might take cuttings of this one. Now you might remember that on this tree we did, because it is a Japanese maple, we did a selection of leaves. Just when there's a pair of leaves, you cut back one leaf so that light can enter, which pays off now, because you see there are tons of little buds that have formed and that we will have to use next year, because you always have to think of the future of a tree. If you let the tree grow out and just cut back and cut back, there will be no forming of new buds in the inner side, and one day you'll end up with only thick branches and nothing to replace them, and you'll be back by years then. Now, because most of the primary branches are already in position, I'm just going to have to use a quite light wire, 1 millimeter, 1.5, and 2 millimeters, I think. And I'm going to use aluminium wire for this, so let's start it. So a quick detail about how to wire these two branches. and we're going to wire them at the same with the same wire. So I want this branch to come this way, and here there might come a tear, so it's here where I want to support the branch, and since it's coming this way, I want the wire under the branch in this direction. So first I'm going to make an anchor point, and the wire will support the branch at this particular place. So this is the first anchor point. Now this branch should come this way, so I have to go under. No, I have to go over this, so that the branch at the so that the wire at the underside of the tree is going that way. Now if it tears, it will be in this spot, so I'm gonna make sure that my wire is in that spot, and that I can make a little loop, just one. Okay, now this one. This wire is a little too heavy. And it's already difficult to do this and then not try to put my hands in front of the camera. Makes it a little more difficult. So first I'm going to position these two. So you see where the tear might occur. I have now some support from the wire, and I can redirect the branch where I want it. This should be wired too, but with fine wire, which is not a big deal. This is gonna be something different. So I'm grabbing the wire and I'm giving it a little twist. I have a little crack here, you heard it, but since it is wired, I can now stop this bending, and this little crack will heal. I'll show you where it is. This is the crack. I don't know if you can see it. It's right here. I'm going to lower the camera. So here is the crack. You see the cambium. Now if this wasn't supported by a thick wire, well, it would have broke off, and yeah, that's a risk you take with Japanese maples, you know. But I think it might heal, so just try to push it back in place a little, and yeah, no harm done. Another little thing, I have this fork now which I want to lower, and these two branches should be wired. So if you want to wire them at the same time, when you want to lower a fork, you have to start with your wire on top. If you want to raise this, you should start with your wire at the bottom. So because I want to lower it, I'm going to wire it. 1 second please. So the fork is wired now, and I can give my branches the direction that I want them to be, like so and like so. When you wire or shape a clump style or raft style tree, you should consider that the tree is one whole, so one union, and every branch should face outwards. So between the trunks there should not be any branches. So this one, for example, should be removed, but I'm not going to do that because I just have the little crack here. So, well, let's keep something alive for sure here, and while this branch grows, it will close the wound, so it can stay for a few months in spring. Of course, it is not possible to wire every little piece of branch. Like you see, this is technically this is a branch, you know, and I don't want it to go straight up. I'd like to go it to the side, and you can just do that by giving a little twist to the wire. Be sure to have the right direction. So now this stays where it should stay. This one is okay. I have two butts here now, and I'm gonna make sure that they are emerging laterally by just giving a little twist in this direction. So two butts here, 1 and 2. So the wiring is done, and as you might see, most of the branches are just facing up a little now. The big branches, this one, and the 2 here on this tree, were cut back, and I put the cuttings in the ground, and maybe I'll get some new growth. This thick branch is not wired. Why? Well, because I have a few buds here, so probably it will be removed in spring, because it is a little too thick for the height of this tree. This is a little too long too, but there might be some dieback during the winter, so it's always safer to have some spare. This head was wired with the raffia and straightened, and that's well, almost everything I'd like to point out. Yeah, there is just this piece is a little thick here, this piece of dead wood. It's maybe easier to see it. This one, so it should be cut out a little, and I'll do that with a little power tool, because it's difficult to access with regular tools. So the only thing I need to do now is clean the moss up a little, and the tree is then ready for the winter. So I hope you liked this video. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.